Hey, what's up, guys? And first of all, some really bad news, so listen up. The series What If Naruto Returned Back to the Village as a Godlike Shinobi? I have no idea what happened, but it's just gone. Yes, like it's just gone. All chapters are just gone, so I have no idea, so I won't be able to continue that. However, I'm gonna give you a new series to take that place. What if Naruto was a godlike dragon sage? Part 1. If you enjoy seeing 1C Part 2, go ahead and click that red subscribe button and become part of the Making family. And thank you for all of your help and support, and yeah. And also guys, don't forget to stay tuned for the rest of what is coming your way. And also go ahead and enjoy What If Naruto, fused with Minato, Kushin and Cram, and enjoy that. So let's get straight into this new episode. Start the intro. Today was October 10. Today was not a good day, as Harrison Sartobi, aka the Professor and the God of Shinobi, sat behind his desk. Today was not a good day for an individual known as Naruto Uzumaki Namikaze. However, the child did not know that last name of his. He only go by the name Uzumaki. There was a few people outside of Harrison that knew about the child, real heritage. Harrison was worried because today was a festival where the villagers celebrate the defeat of the 90th fox. However, on this night they get drunk and riley, and sometimes they go after the child. Those people have never witnessed a Jinchuriki before. They never knew that his mother was a Jinchuriki, because Kushina's secret was kept tight away from every single one, so they didn't know what to expect. However, with a lot of the population dying out to the Nine Tails, they turn all of their hatred and greed and rage towards a child that does not deserve any of this. However, there was also a stigma in this village as well. Even some of the Onvus, even though they knew about the seal, despite not knowing all that much about Jinchurikis, still, they sometimes did not react to help the child. They also blamed him, putting all their hate and sadness on him, given that most of them lost people that night. As he signaled for his most trusted Onvu, in a body flicker, Crow appeared. "You called, Hokage-sama." "Yes, Crow. I want you to go and find Naruto Uzumaki and make sure he's safe." Crow nodded as he was gone in an instant. Time skip. As Naruto was running for his life, as he was currently 9 years old, he has been running for as long as you remember. He was 4 foot, 4 inches, which was rather tall for a 9-year-old. He had spiky golden blonde hair that reached his upper back. His hair usually covered half of his face, covering his right eye completely, only exposing the left. However, because of the way he was grown, he didn't have a proper body for a 9-year-old, as he was rather malnourished. Currently, he was running through Train Ground 43 to get to Train Ground 44. After all, it was the only place that they would not chase him. However, before he made to the fence though, a kunai pierced his right calf. He cried out in pain as he collapsed on the ground. A random Chunin laugh. "Thought you could get away from us by going into the forest of death, huh, you demon?" As Naruto curled up on himself. "I'm not a demon," he said. "I haven't done anything wrong. I just want to be left alone." "Oh, the demon wants to be left alone. Well, our families wanted to be left alone. The 3rd Hokage's wife wanted to be left alone. The 4th Hokage wanted to be left alone. But instead of leaving them alone, you killed them. You killed them all. And for that you will pay. We will avenge them." One of the Onvus that was tended to guard Naruto, as he was here as well. All of their hatred was placed on the young boy. And for that, the Onvu stood there and watched as he was the one to cover their trail. Despite the large, growing mob of people, it was a shock that they were not found. The people closed in on him as they beat him until he was no longer moving. The envoy picked his body up and rushed him into the forest of death as he threw the kid down into a small ravine. As Naruto's body hit against the wall and rolled down, as he dropped, "Good riddance, demon," the envoy said, as he flashed away. Inside Naruto's mindscape, Naruto's eyes snapped open. Where am I, he thought, as he pulled himself up. As he didn't feel any pain. Strange. First they tried to kill me and then they threw me in a sewer, he said, picking himself up. I need to speak to the old man after this. I need to learn how to defend myself, he thought, as he didn't know where he was. If it is training that you want, why not come to me for help? After all, I've protected you far more than he has ever done. Naruto snapped his gaze around. Who said that? He said. Come here, kid, the voice said. He didn't know why, but he followed said voice as he continued to walk until he arrived towards the open section. A gate that was as tall as the Hokage Tower stood there, with a kanji for seal right in the center. I knew it, said Naruto, as something stirred behind the bars. So I finally get to meet you, huh? Now how did you know? You know, I'm not as dumb as those idiotic villagers think I am. They kept on calling me demons, monster. But it doesn't matter what I say to them, they're never gonna change their mind. However, a long time ago I was able to find out that what you are is an entity of chakra, and you cannot be killed. And the reason why they kept on calling me that is because you were put inside of me to keep your power locked away. You weren't killed. You were sealed. As Naruto saw red eyes open up. Interesting. Only 9 years old and already so intelligent, the fox thought. I know that you attacked the village, however. Countless times now you saved my life by healing me when those idiotic villagers attacked me, so I guess I owe you for that. However, I never knew how to contact you. Well, you're here now and you're welcome. And you should know, it was not my doing to attack your village. Naruto raised eyebrow. What do you mean? He asked. Hold all of your questions until I finish speaking. Understood. Naruto nodded. I was in my previous container seal trying to sleep. However, I was torn straight out by a man with a swirling orange mask, with a Sharingan eye. He placed me under a genjutsu, and he forced me to attack your village. In the end, I was sealed inside of you because, in her weakened state, my previous container could not hold back my power. The next thing I knew, my claw was stained with the blood of the fort. The sealing was then commenced, and I was sealed inside of you. Now you can speak. Who was my previous container? Her name was Kushina Uzumaki Namikaze, the red hot habanero of the hidden leaf. However, to you, she would be known as Mom. What? As the fox told him. Wait, so let me get this straight. You're saying that my mom is one of the famous Kunoichi in the elemental nation outside of Tsunade Senju, and my father was Minato Namikaze, one of the greatest Hokages of the leaf, and also known to be the fastest man of the entire elemental nation. Yes, that is correct. Naruto started to laugh as the fox just watched him. You know, he said, wiping a tear away from his eye, I always wonder why we're here, and eyes look similar. I mean, the only person that has my hair and eyes are the Yamanakas, and I'm definitely not one of them. It's funny, he said, that I didn't realize that until now. I guess I just never thought I could actually be the son of someone so great. It seems your mind was holding you back in that regard, the fox said. However, you said you want to learn how to defend yourself, correct? Yes, said Naruto. Well then, come here. Link our mind together and take full control of this area and change it into something more hospitable. Now relax. As Naruto watches red chakra came from the bars, just a tiny amount as they whipped around him. Whoa. What is this? Said Naruto. It feels so strong. So overwhelming. Just calm your senses, child. Relax, keep your senses focused. Focus on staying calm. Do not let my chakra override your senses and you will come through this on the other end. Yeah, said Naruto as he took several deep breaths. Once he was done, he found himself completely calm. His body was still covered by the red cloak until it was sucked inside of him. Now my chakra is merging more with your system, freeing up your coils. A considerable amount of your chakra is set aside to hold my chakra at bay. Now, with them working together like this, and with your already obscene amount of chakra, well, soon enough you'll understand. Now how about changing this place? It is your mind after all. As Naruto sat down and folded his legs, 3 minutes he remained silent until he heard the rushing water when he opened his eyes. Mountains, colossal mountains off in the distance. A gigantic forest. As Naruto was able to see the Kyuubi at his full height, as Naruto created massive 5-foot grass for the Kyuubi stature, trees that went straight up into the heavens as they seemed to have no end. This is a lot better than anything I expected. Well, I guess I owed you, said Naruto, after all. Now how do I get out of here, he said. Before that though, with my chakra circulating through your body, several things have changed. Your body might as well filled out, to the fitting of a 9-year-old. Despite you not gouging yourself on any large meal, your senses are a lot sharper, and not to mention soon enough you will understand that you can feel negative emotions to tell who are against you and who are with you. As Naruto sat there and listened, Naruto opened his eyes as his entire body was covered in the red chakra. He lay there for a moment or two as he felt his joints popping and turning. However, he just closed his eyes and remained still. Once it was done, he slowly got up, feeling wobbly on his legs, as it was still a bit strange to him. Shaking his head, he made his way over towards the water. Before he was 4 foot, 4 inches. However, now he stood at 4 foot, 10 inches. He has grown quite a considerable amount. His skin also no longer looked malnourished. His cheeks now look full. And not to mention his body was showing a bit of muscle. The chakra was like a regenerative substance, as it was able to fill in every single part of his body. Wow, I feel a lot better, said Naruto. It's no big deal. All I did was pump chakra into your muscles while I was healing your body. Don't expect me to maintain this body for you. As the time goes by, you will have to train. Eat right to maintain this form and improve it. This was the best result I could do, considering that you never eat right in the first place or train. Well, that's gonna change right now. That's a good attitude. I hope you can keep it. From now on, you can call me Kurama. However, you should never reveal my name to anyone else. We tail beasts use our name as a code of trust. I don't know what it is, but there is something about you. Something I've seen in the past that might come back in the future. It seems to reside in you. What do you mean? In time you will find out. For now, remember, keep my name to yourself. Don't worry. I'll never betray your trust, said Naruto. As Naruto walked, he gripped his head. What the hell is that? He said. He heard the fox in his head roar a bit, as he could feel the fox moving around. What is that? Said Naruto as he glanced around. I have no idea, however. Whatever it is, it's definitely not normal. You can feel it, don't you? Yeah, it's calling out to me, said Naruto. Go and check it out, however, be careful. This chakra is as large as tail beasts. As Naruto made his way as he arrived in front of a huge tree. Huh? Was it coming from the... Naruto's eyes went wide as he screamed. The entire ground in front of the tree caved in as he collapsed deep down. He reached out as he gripped onto the wall. However, the thing burned his arms as it slid down. He spread both of his legs as he put his legs out, but the motion was too fast. He slipped once again. He saw a twig sticking out as he grabbed onto it. As Naruto closed his eyes. It's alright now. He opened his eyes to see that he was right. Oh, as he jumped down. I guess I thought it would be longer. As Naruto noticed a blank room, he started to walk around. Well, there is nothing in... He gripped his head once again. There it is again. As Naruto turned. Wait, what's that? How did I not see that when I come in, said Naruto. There was a giant chest. Strange markings all over it, just there. I'm not sure exactly. It could be some kind of cloak genjutsu. But you're now seeing it. Be careful. Whatever it is, it's not normal at all. As Naruto stepped towards the chest, as Naruto reached out to touch it, he did, but nothing happened as he pulled his arm back. The thing then exploded outwards. Not an explosion to harm him, but light. An orb of light just floated right in front of him. Kurama, what should I do? Try to grab it, but prepare yourself to run. As Naruto reached out and touched it, the entire place went white as the light seemed to expand. Inside Naruto Mindscape, as Naruto was on the ground. Where the hell am I? He said, as he looked around. As he saw Kurama looking down at him. Did you pull me here? No, kid. That did. That? Said Naruto as he got up. Who are you? Said Kurama. Show yourself. There's no need to be so hostile. I bear no harm, a voice said. Naruto tilted his head towards a mystery voice. Someone was behind the tree in his mindscape. Said person stepped out. 6 feet 2 inches. Black hair, black baggy pants, a black shirt, and a trench coat as well that reached down to his ankles. Who are you? How did you get here? Said Naruto. As Kurama stood beside Naruto tall, as he looked towards the individual that shouldn't be here. My name is Sieg, and I'm here for you, master. To serve you. I am a sentient being. Entering a place like this is second nature to me. Well, I can understand you being a sentient being, said Kurama, able to slip in his mindscape. But how is a kid here your master? Well, that actually go back about 50 years. It's quite a long story if you're willing to listen. Yeah, sure, said Naruto, still confused about all of this. Okay. 50 years ago, the leader of the dragons had a vision that, and Uzumaki, with the help of the dragons, will have the opportunity to be known as the strongest entity throughout history by destroying a being that is known and the embodiment of pure death and evil that seek to render this world into nothing but darkness. So the head of the dragon clan decided that every year, him along with the other 4 dragons that control the elements, water, wind, lightning, and fire, would put as much power into the newly forged sword of the dragon clan to balance out the power that the darkness will be provided with. The sword that to be wielded by a Uzumaki. Until 10 years ago, they put as much power as they could into the blade. However, the dragon leader had a vision. A child. Blonde hair, blue eyes. At first, we thought that it might be another. But the prophecy. It was you. You're the one to wield the blade. You felt it, didn't you? The energy from the orb. Yeah, said Naruto. It felt like it was calling out to me. Well, yes, I was the one actually calling out to you. The only one that can feel it is the one worthy of wielding me. Anyone else will be jolted with lightning to warn them off. And if they keep on being persistent, well, the only result is death. Why me? Said Naruto. I mean, I'm not really that special, yeah. I have my heritage and all that, but this evil. Why me? I'm not even that strong yet. Well, I tend to fix that by taking you to the Dragon Realm and have you trained there. Naruto glanced up towards the fox. If what he's saying is true, I believe you should take the opportunity. Dragons are one of the strongest beings next to tail beasts. Hell, their leader could probably push me to my limits. Alright, said Naruto. I'll go, but I need some time, Sieg, to handle a few things. And I need a favor. Anything for you, master. Do you have a human form outside of my mind? Yes, master. Well, can you go to the largest tower in the village and look for Hiruzen Sarutobi and explain what need to know about the training that I will undertake? Nothing about the dragons, or yourself, or Kurama here though. Understood, master, said Zeke, as he disappeared from view. Back in the forest of death as Naruto opened his eyes. He held out his hand as the blade landed right in his palm. It was a black handle, as the blade was slick black, with blue streaks running around it. The handle had a dragon that was crested in it, a silver dragon. Naruto watched as a yellow engine came out of the blade, and Siga appeared. Hey, would you mind? Said Naruto as he pointed upwards. Yes, master. 20 minutes later, outside the village training ground, as Siga went off as Naruto was going towards the Ichiraku ramen stand. They deserve an explanation where he was gonna go, as they were one of the few people that were nice to him in this village. They were, well, the only people that were really nice to him, and he also gave him free ramen as well. As he was about to turn down the other alley, he heard someone yelling, "Get back here, you bitch!" He was in the bad part of town, as Naruto saw 3 ninjas that looked to be in their late 20s, as Naruto heard crying and shouting as he arrived to see 2 of the men holding down a girl. She looked no older than 13. Seeing this made Naruto blood boil as he clenched his fists. You should be glad that I'm willing to take you, after all. Who would want a whore like you, the leader said as he stepped forward towards the helpless girl. And yet they call me a demon. And look what humans do. Whatever that thing down there is, it's not human, said Naruto. As Naruto found himself running as he leaped. Due to the fox influxion of chakra, and he didn't know if this blade was responsible as well, he felt so much more faster, the wind whipping through his hair as he slid off the building. Naruto spun as he slammed his foot inside of the man's head, throwing him into the garbage bins. As Naruto unsheathed his blade, "Leave now," he said, as they looked towards him. The look in his eyes actually freaked them out a bit, however. They were adults, and they shouldn't be afraid of a little kid. Kid, you should get the hell out of here. Just because you're a child, that doesn't mean that we won't kill you. The guy that he had kicked earlier picked himself up, his face was a mess. Blood was leaking down from his nose, his lip was busted. "You damn brat," he said. "Look what you did. Leave now, or I'll end you all," said Naruto. "I would probably get a reward for doing something like this. You 3 are sick." "Hey, I'm out, guys." Another one at the side said, "I have a wife and 2 kids at home. I don't want them to find out about this. This can be more trouble than it's worth. Besides, it's just a snake whore." As he looked toward his friend. "Yeah, you're right," he said. As they started to back away. "Cowards, the guy said that got kicked. I'm gonna teach his brat a lesson," as he pulled his kunai out. Naruto, one visible eye, glanced towards the man as he ran forward. Naruto gripped the blade tightly. The guy came to a stop. He felt something wrong as he reached towards his throat. It was like he could see himself getting slashed across the throat with that blade. But how was that possible? You know what? Screw it. The whore is not even worth it anyways. He says he started back up. However, he was freaked out. He didn't know what that kid was, but he was not gonna chance it. As Naruto turned towards the girl, she was beautiful. Beautiful skin. Chocolate eyes. Long spiky hair done up into a ponytail. She was around 12-13 years old. "Hey, you okay?" said Naruto. "Yeah, thanks. Usually Nai-chan is here to help me out, however, she's not here. She's on a mission. Thank you for helping me though. Not much people would. Hey, the name is Uncle Midarashi," she said, as Naruto took her hand with both of his. "You don't have to thank me," said Naruto. "What those guys wanted to do was immoral. Such things should never be done to a lady," he said. A smooth talker," she said, as Naruto saw her personality change a bit. He didn't know if she was trying to block out the event of what just nearly took place. But it seemed she didn't want to talk about it at all. And who was he if he would put her back in that state of mind? He didn't want her to think about it either. Well, I guess you're my hero, she said. Maybe I should keep you around as my boyfriend to protect me, as my knight in shining armor. Really? Well, you're really beautiful. Of course, I'll be your boyfriend, he said. Uncle was surprised how quick he jumped onto that, as she was kind of kidding. However, this kid just saved her and she didn't want to hurt his feelings. He seemed to be a few years younger than her. Maybe 3 or 4. She couldn't see his face completely. However, she could see his blue eyes that looked like some kind of crystal gem. Okay then, she said. But you have to promise me that you'll grow up and become strong. And I'll reserve a spot as my future boyfriend for you. After all, I intend to become strong as well, she said. Alright, I'll promise to become strong. But you have to promise me something as well, said Naruto. And what is that? Don't become any more beautiful, said Naruto. After all, I would have a riot on my hands, with all the guys trying to fight me for you. He said, making her laugh. As he was successful. It seems like what you read in that book really paid off. Anko moved as she pulled him to a hug. However, Naruto was at the right height to feel his face hit her chest. And he had to say, this was heaven. It wouldn't be a problem if you were to just die right now. I mean, this was just so... He never knew that, as he just melted in her touch. As Anko chuckled at his reaction. Well, aren't you just so cute, she said. Although, I do plan to become the sexiest kunoichi in the entire elemental nation. But I'll leave a spot for you. It's a promise, she said, as she kissed him on the cheek, leaving him blushing rather red. I'm leaving the village for a couple of years to train, so I won't be able to see you during that time, he said. Leave the village? Aren't you gonna go to the academy, she asked. Not really, he said, I'm pretty much hated for something out of my control. And I would basically be sabotaged if I step foot in the academy. I know exactly how you feel, you know. Because of this seal, she said as she pulled on trench coat. My old teacher placed on me before he went rogue. He promised that he would teach me as much as he could. That he would make me strong, however. A few months ago, he placed this on me. Without any explanation, any teaching, anything, he just packed up and left. And now everyone hates me for something I didn't even do, she said. As Naruto really sympathized with her, after all, it was the same for him. But I guess we shouldn't be talking about such depressing matters, should we? As Naruto looked at the seal. I've seen that before. You have? Said Naruto as he talked to Grandma. Yes. A power marking of loyalty and false hope. Wait, you mean she's loyal to the caster? Don't worry, it seemed inactive, and not to mention, you see that thing around it? That extra layer. Yeah, said Naruto. It's preventing it from getting activated anytime soon. Hey, any chance you know how to remove it? Well, you might be able to, but you will need to have a great control over your chakra, and not to mention a listing of Fuinjutsu that will take a very long time to learn all of it. However, given your lineage, I wouldn't doubt that you can master Fuinjutsu, but don't make any false promise, okay? Alright. Hey, Uncle-chan. I'll make you a deal. I'll have a surprise for you once I return. What did I just say? Hey, I didn't make any promise, said Naruto. A surprise can be anything. As the fox sighed. Oh? What's the surprise, Uncle said. Can't tell you yet, he said. After all, it's a surprise. Alright, she said. I guess I'll wait. But I'll hold you to that, she said. I'll see you in 6 years, Naruto-kun, she said. As she watched us see fluster once again, as she placed a hand over her mouth and laughed, finding it adorable. As Naruto watched her leave, he turned to go until someone placed a hand on his shoulder. As Naruto turned, Crow-san, he said as he hugged the crow man's anvu. Naruto-kun, where have you been this entire time? I've been looking for you for a long time now. Well, I didn't want to be a burden, so Naruto, neither I or the Hokage will ever think of you as a burden. Now why don't we go and see Hokage-sama? No, said Naruto. What do you mean no? Because I'm leaving and don't want him to stop me. You're leaving? What do you mean you're leaving? Crow asked. I have to. You and Gigi are just two people. However, everyone in this village hates me, so I have to leave. As Yanbu realized that Naruto was serious. But where will you go? I can't tell you, but I'll come back. And it's somewhere safe. Please. I have to go, he said. It's the only way. The only way for me to get stronger. But I'll return, don't worry. I already have everything set out. The Hokage will find out about it soon. But I don't want him to stop me. And I don't want you to try and stop me either. Please, just let me do this. I promise I'll be safe. The Crow Mask Anbu was silent for a long while. Until he released a sigh under his mask, he leaned down and removed the mask. As Naruto saw black eyes, and 2 markings running down his face. He reached up with 2 fingers and poked Naruto right in the forehead. Ow, said Naruto. Remember this. Itachi Uchiha will always be on your side, okay? As he gave Naruto a smile. As Naruto smiled back as he hugged him. Thanks, Itachi, he said. Time skip, 1 hour later. After a long lecture from Hayam to be careful out there, and not want him to go. But he told her that he had to. He had to leave. It was the only way. As he met up with Sieg. Hey Sieg, how did he take it? He wasn't too angry, was he? Actually, he wasn't angry. Although he was rather remorseful. He seemed saddened by your time in this village, master. However, he did give me these to give to you. It was a hard time trying to explain myself to him without revealing too much. However, it's for your benefit. He believed that these will help you along your journey. Scrolls from your parents. As Siege held his hand up, Naruto saw a bright light before. A strange purple portal just ripped open. Whoa, he said. After you, Master, Sieg said. As Naruto stepped inside, the Dragon Realm was a mountain terrain. In the center there was a large building made from pure stone. As Naruto's eyes went wide when he saw the massive creatures above head. As they were all the same size as Kurama, some of them possibly looking a bit bigger. If his eyes were not mistaking him, there was a colossal ocean that was wide as far as the eye could see. Wow, it's beautiful, said Naruto. As he never imagined in his wildest dreams or life that he would ever see a place like this. I am sure that the dragons appreciate your praising of their home. For now, let us go meet with the masters. 15 minutes later, they stood in front of a massive 2 doors that were made from stone 10 feet high, 7 feet wide. The place was large as the doors opened up. Naruto noticed a large man, standing around 8 feet. It made him look small in comparison. He had long straight black hair, he had charcoal, black eyes, a cross-shaped tattoo under his eye, and a set of black wings on his back. He had 2 people standing beside him, however they didn't have the tattoo or the clothing that he was wearing. Their wings matched the color for their elements, so did their clothing. Red for flames, royal blue for lightning, baby blue for water, and white for wind. We were expecting you. I see that you finally found your master, Sieg, the tall black-haired man said. Yes, after all those years of waiting, he finally found me. And what would your name be, young master? The Black Dragon leader asks. Naruto. Naruto Uzumaki Namikaze. Ah, nice to meet you, Naruto. We are the leaders of the elemental dragons. This one to my right is Haja, leader of the winged dragons. To his right is Julius, leader of the lightning dragons. To my left is Burial, leader of the water dragons. And that is Crimson, leader of the fire dragons. And I am Jagan, leader of all dragons capable of using all the elements. It's a pleasure to meet you, Naruto-sama, they said. To become our new master, you're going to have to sign the summoning contract, Jagan said, as he reached for the scroll and raised it down in front of Naruto. How do I sign, said Naruto. As he was handed a knife. Sign with your blood. Naruto sliced his finger as he wrote his name down and stomped his finger down on it. Sieg has told me that you guys are gonna train me and help me, however, I can only train here for the next 6 years. But I think that should be enough to get me up to stuff. It doesn't matter what it is or how hard it is. Just toss it my way. and I assure you I'll do my best to achieve it. They looked him over, seeing the determination in his eyes. If that is your wish, then we will oblige. We can begin tomorrow. Yurichi. The leader called out as the door opened up. You called, Dragon-sama, said Yurichi. Yes, for now show the young master here to his bedroom, and make sure he gets something to eat. As Naruto looked towards the woman, she had fair skin. She seemed to be in her teens as well, as she was wearing a black dress. It would look rather stunning on her, as Naruto has been meeting more and more beautiful ladies. Yes, right away she said. She motioned for him to follow as he did. As Naruto was shocked when he saw the room, it was quite large. Giant ceilings that were so far away from him. The bed was a king size. The next door led to a fully equipped walk-in closet, and the other led to the bathroom. Why don't you go find some clothes and get cleaned up, while I get you something to eat? Naruto nodded as he stepped towards the closet. It seems that they were expecting him. Well, they did have the vision a long time ago. The clothing ranged from different sizes. Seeing that the dragons could take human form, he figured that they walk amongst humans as well. However, the leader did have wings, but the others did not show theirs. As Naruto went to the bathroom, as he couldn't tell the last time he had a hot shower. The shower in his apartment back in Konoha, the water was always cold. So cold and so freezing. The place was majestic. As Naruto stepped in, as it was shampoo for him. He never received something like this before. This kind to be exact. As it's been a long time since he washed his hair completely. Because of the length of his hair, when Naruto came out, he was looking for... oh great. No blow dryer, he thought. It would take a while for it to... Naruto-sama, are you finding everything to your liking? Yeah, you guys would happen to have a blow dryer. A moment, she said. Would you like me to come in and help you with your hair? Yeah, sure, said Naruto as she stepped inside, as he was in his shorts that he had put on, leaving off the shirt. As she gestured for him to take a seat, as she started to blow his hair. Can I ask you a question? Of course, Naruto-sama. Well, first, could you not call me Sama? I mean, you're kind of older than me, and I'm not really used to the formalities. As she simply smiled at the remark, she only used the formalities because of Dragon. Sure. How about Naruto-kun, she said. Well, I don't really mind that one, he said. Are you a dragon as well? Don't take this wrong way, but you don't give off the same feeling as them. Ah, so you can sense them now fully, she said. Yeah, they feel different, like completely from any normal people. Well, no, I'm not a dragon. Lord Dragon found me. I was left alone, abandoned as an infant. However, I was brought here and raised to serve you when the time comes. Well, I don't really need a servant. He saw her face looking a bit crestfallen. I don't mean that you're not necessary, it's just... well, never really had, family before, so I was hoping that you can be like a, older sister to me and all. You want me to be an older sister to you, she said. Surprised by that. Yeah. I mean, I never really had family before, so... you see, it's kind of... I know it sounds weird, but... she hugged him from behind. I would love that, she said. I never had a little brother, or a real blood family of mine. However, playing the role would be quite wonderful. You can go ahead and call me Big Sis if you like. Sure, Big Sis, said Naruto, as he smiled to himself. This was a lot better. He actually felt a lot better here. He didn't know what the dragons had in store for him, but he couldn't just stay away from his responsibilities forever. As they were gonna have to tell him more about this darkness, whatever it is. He would face it with all that he's got. He would not back down or cower away. Time skip. As Naruto sat down on the bed. Dear Naruto, first and foremost, I want to apologize for hiding your heritage from you. I know that you must feel angry after finding it out, and knowing that I was not the one to tell you about it. However, there's a reason. Your father and mother has generated a number of enemies over the past couple of years. Their reputation quite precedes them, you know. I agreed to let Seeger train you after he told me what he is. Not to mention you would have been hindered in your training if you would have went to the academy. To help with your training, there is two jutsus at the end of the letter that I've sealed away that can help greatly with your improvement. One being the Shadow Clone Jutsu with your large chakra reserves. It should be helping great. Another one being the Great Clone Explosion, an offensive jutsu to help you along your way. Be safe and I expect you to come back, shattering the expectation. I am setting the bar completely high for you. I've also left you books, etiquettes on ninjas, and ninja basics. Here's in Sarutobi, Hokage of the Leaf. As Naruto was a bit cautious to open the other one, it was from his parents. It was almost like they knew something bad would happen. They left behind words that he was free to read. However, he took a breath and opened them up. To my son Naruto, as I sit here, the time will be coming soon for Kushina to give birth. I have always been a cautious man, but I believe I will be there along with your mother to raise you as a kind young man that you will grow up to be. However, in case something goes wrong, I just want you to know that we love you. We loved you beyond everything, your wildest imagination. I know this might be a moot point, because I believe that everything will work out. That we will go through the ceiling and you will be born. And we will love you with all of our hearts. But just in case, I'm making precautions. I grew up as an orphan. However, in a later stage of my life, I found out about my parentage. It turns out that the Namikazes were powerful people, each possessing unique, secret bloodline in their chakra. However, it's not to be activated until a certain age. I was able to gather information throughout the history and find out what this is. If anything should happen, I will unlock yours as a baby, because I won't be there if something should happen. Naruto saw the letter switch a bit. The writing. It seems like this one was done a time before this one. As I fear, something has went terribly wrong. I don't have much time left, but the village is being under attack. I know that you might grow up to hate me, but when you see this letter, I hope you understand. I'm having a clone of me do this, but know this, son. It is speaking from my heart. I love you with all of my heart. I'm taking a big risk here by stealing the fox inside of you. I know that this might be something that you never forgive me for, but I pray to the gods that I'm doing the right thing here. And I hope, whenever we meet again, which is a very, very, very long time away from here, when you grow up, have your family, have your grandkids, and live a wonderful life, I can tell you how sorry I am. Please, take care. Your father, who always loved you, Minato Namikaze, the yellow flash of Konoha. As Naruto could not stop the tears as they flew, as he tried to wipe them, but they were just so much. As they were just so much. I love you, Dad, he said. I just wanted to know that you guys cared about me, which you do. Don't worry, I don't hate you, said Naruto, as he looked towards the other letter. My dear Naruto, know that this is coming directly from my heart. At this very moment, the foxes have been released in the village. I am holding on to you right now in a crib. I am lying down right next to you. Minato just brought me here. You're so cute. I saw the look on his face when he brought me here. As he went out there to fight the fox, he can be so brave. However, I know what he's thinking. I'm too weak. And there's a chance of me dying in the seal in progress. And Minato always been idealistic. He has faith in these people in the village. However, he doesn't know what it feels like to grow up as a Jinchuriki. But I do. Only a select few knew about me, however. That still doesn't mean that they did not know what I contain, and because of that they fear me, thinking there was a chance that this beast might be released. If it wasn't for that man, I would have been there with you right now, raising you and growing you to be the wonderful young man you are meant to be. When you do read this, know that the fox, he's not as bad as you think. And also tell him that it's up to him to awaken your bloodline. As Naruto raised eyebrow at that, yes. All Uzumakis have a special bloodline in their chakra. Mine was the ability to grant me special chains. Many can do many wonderful things, making armors, making even solid objects out of their chakra, bending and twisting chakra into reality. I know that you will have something wonderful. It doesn't matter how you're treated or raised, but know this, I will always love you, and I'll be watching you. Spread your wings high and live as best you can and enjoy your life. And know your mother will always love you. Kushina Uzumaki Namikaze. As Naruto lowered his head, the tears were raining down his face. He couldn't help it. Yoruichi came in as she saw Naruto crying. As C took his human form to explain to her, seeing that Naruto was unable to really express what was going on right now. It was a lot. She sat behind him as she hugged him. It will be alright, she said. Remember, I'm here for you now. Cry all you want. It's alright to be sad. But it's gonna be okay, she said as she hugged him, and just held on to him as he wept. As Naruto ended up falling asleep right there, she picked him up as she brought him towards the bed and laid him down, and gave him a kiss on his forehead. As she placed the scrolls over to the side, for him to have them in the morning when he wakes up, as she leaned down and placed a kiss on his forehead. Good night, Naruto-kun, she said. However, he grabbed her arm, just on reflex though as he pulled her, as she looked at him. So she lied down in the bed right beside him. Alright, rest, she said. She would just stay until he completely fall asleep. However, she ended up falling asleep as well. The next morning, Naruto felt something off. He jumped out of bed rather quickly. Naruto-kun, it's alright, it's just me. Oh, sorry, it's just... I'm not used to waking up with someone else there, it's... Sorry, he said. Don't worry, it's quite alright, she said. As Naruto heard the fox ask him if he was okay. Yeah. Reading through those letters took a big weight off my shoulder. I guess it was just a lot. Hey, my mother and father mentioned something about bloodline. Well, the one for your father is a bit different, however. The one for your mother is something really special. What is it? I'm afraid I can't tell you yet. Once you have decent enough chakra control, tuning level, I presume, I can forcefully awaken them. Them? Said Naruto. I guess you'll just have to wait to see. Is it like something awesome? Said Naruto. Oh, trust me. You have special blood running through your veins. Blood that has been passed down from a long generation. They're indeed special. As that made Naruto smirk. As Naruto went over his father's bloodline in his scroll, wanted to see exactly what it was. There were 3 parts of the bloodline. His father was naturally fast, even though the Hiroshin, and there was a reason. The first part was able to see fast-moving objects. The whole body was adapted to speed movements. It was similar to the Sharingan, however, he could not steal abilities. The second part was to integrate knowledge into his head. Basically lock things away like a photographic memory, to always remember. And the third part was the lightning chakra through your system. Most people cannot do this. Yes, some can do it in some bastardized versions. However, they will end up killing themselves sooner or later. But the Namikaze have high tolerance to lightning, and thus you can run lightning straight through your blood to increase the mobility and the movement of your heart, to even slow it down or increase the pace, to increase brain function, to be able to think at 3 times the normal speed of a man. As Naruto was shocked by that. Naruto, if you're reading this, then that means that Sarutobi has already given you your inheritance. Your bloodline is already activated. However, I place a small seal on your forehead to prevent you from using them until your body is ready. Now simply channel a small amount of chakra to your finger and place it above your left eye. A small amount like you'll be opening a small storage seal, and that will break the seal and allow you full access of your Namikaze abilities. As Naruto tried to focus the chakra towards his finger, however his finger started to glow like a bright light. He really needed to learn how to control this. As Naruto tapped the seal, the entire room exploded as electricity shoot from all corners of Naruto's body. What the hell? Said Naruto, as everything was being zapped. Calm down, kid. I believe through the seal has hold your power back all this time. It's releasing in a large quantity. As Naruto closed his eyes and tried to focus, and rain in the lightning soon it turned to sparks before it died down, as he dropped towards his hands and started to puff and release. That was insane. Everything was moving so fast. I could literally see the lightning strikes. I could feel my heart beating. I could feel everything. It was just so intense, Grandma said. You have no idea, said Naruto. This is insane, he thought to himself as he felt so fast. So much more pumped, like he could run from the Hokage's tower to the forest of death within the blink of an eye. As Naruto pulled out the sealing books. Level 1. As there was so much reading to be done, Naruto whacked himself across the face. As he focused, he had told himself that he would get stronger under any circumstances, and he would not slack off on his training no matter what. There was a knock on his door. Come in, said Naruto. Yorichi walked in wearing a red dress this time, as she was pushing a cart of food. I hope I didn't ruin your reading, Naruto-kun, she said. No, I just started. She looked around. What happened, she said. Oh, just a bit of an accident. If you're gonna train, please train outside next time. Yeah, it was just an accident, said Naruto. Don't worry about it, she said. I'll handle it. As Naruto looked at all the food. Is that for me? As she smiled, yes. Eat away. As Naruto's eyes went wide. Once you're done though, you'll have to meet with the leader at noon. Yeah, said Naruto as he sunk into the pancakes. And thanking her the entire time, as she watched him with a smile. Time skip. As Naruto stood in front of the head dragons. Ah, have you gotten acclimated to your new surroundings? Dragon axe. Yes, Yorichi-san has helped me tremendously, said Naruto. That is nice to hear, but on to business. We have picked a perfect training schedule for you, said Crimson. That's okay, but I might have added some additional things. I want to be training as well. And I also have a few things I need to ask. That is fine, Naruto-sama. But I need to explain a few things first, leader said. As Naruto nodded. Now, as you've been chosen by Seek, multiple things will happen to your body. For one, your body will develop your own pool of energy that we dragon use that is called mana. Second, every dragon master here, with the exception of me, who will an ancient spirit that they will each give to Seek. Their will then slowly pass on to you. They will grant you techniques and powers that will become ingrained into you. And then there are these. As he held up two black gauntlets with a crystal embedded in the center. These will be the tools to help you master Senjutsu, but you need to start wearing them from now. Once your body is ready, they will atone to help you in the future. As Naruto put them on, the thing seemed to take some of his chakra before it shrink and fit his arm completely. Nice. How are you guys gonna help me with chakra if you guys don't use it, he said. We are able to convert our mana into chakra. We have done it for over 1,000 years now, which gives us complete control and understanding over chakra and how it works. As Naruto stood there, each dragon was gonna help him. The leader will help him in his fitness, his chakra control and his mana. There was a special style of fighting in this form, called the Dance of the Scorching Dragon. The Crimson Dragon will be teaching him that. The Water Dragon will be teaching Taijutsu and also Kinjutsu as well, as each dragon has their own fighting style of Taijutsu, and their Kinjutsu as well. As Naruto was surprised. This was a lot. However, he wanted to become as strong as possible. When all of that was over, Naruto had his own things to ask. I want you guys to set up a spy network in the villages. Is that by any means possible? Yes. We're 100% capable of doing something like that. Alright, because I want to know what is happening in the other villages, to prepare me what is to come when I finally return back to the other world, said Naruto. As they all nodded. As Naruto stepped forward and held out the blade, they held out their hands as orbs came from all of them. It spiraled before twisting the blade, then rushed into Naruto's body. It felt like a weight had settled on his stomach. However, it started to spread. Now, we shall begin with your true training. However, I've warned you before, but I'll warn you again. This will not be easy, Dragon said. It will be literal hell for you. Do you still wish to proceed? Naruto's eyes were steely. Throw everything you have. I will surpass each expectations. But guys, be and subscribe right here for instant sports and do like, subscribe, comment down below and turn on the bell notifications. Stay posted about more for now. See you guys soon. Peace.